Hey there and welcome to my channel. This is Foggy Fiction and I am Haley. I'm a writer living with mental illness and today is Mental Health Awareness Day. I know I don't normally post on Saturdays, but with today being what it is and with people not liking to talk about mental health, I figured we're going to talk about it. As most of you probably know, especially since I stated at the beginning of every video, I suffer with mental illness. I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder that later turned into panic disorder, and I got that diagnosis as well. I have PTSD, and I've also been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. While I have not been diagnosed with OCD, my therapist did tell me that I have obsessive tendencies. I think that's how she worded it. And though it is not a proper diagnosis, I always bring up the fact that I have survivor's guilt because it's not talked about. And it's a big part of my journey. These are things that affect me every single day of my life, and they have for several years. The event that I feel is at the root of my mental illness happened in 2009, the second in 2010, and the third happened over the course of the next few years after that. I didn't get my first diagnosis until I believe it was 2013, but it's been a journey ever since. For me, a regular day involves the use of several coping mechanisms that don't always work, and a whole lot of telling myself that everything's going to be okay, even if I don't believe it. I've recently started therapy, and with my current therapist, we are doing something called EMDR, which is basically where we are going through and reprocessing traumatic memories. I'm already happy with my experience with EMDR and what it has done for me so far, but there's still a long journey ahead with that. It hasn't stopped my panic attacks, it hasn't stopped my anxiety, but it has made some things easier, and I can only hope that it will continue to help me as I go. I like to be extremely open about the fact that I have mental illness, and I do like calling it what it is, mental illness. People seem to think that those words are dirty, the way that they look at you when you say them sometimes, and I just feel like I want to do my part to show them that it is okay to say mental illness. It is okay to be open about the fact that you have mental illness, and it is not something that should be looked down upon. There are so many people out there that are going through their own issues, and so many people who won't admit to themselves that they have issues. If there weren't such a stigma around it, there could be so many people out there who wouldn't be ashamed or embarrassed or afraid to get help, because you shouldn't be. Getting help is one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. And I'm so thankful for everything that led up to the moment where I felt comfortable and ready to reach out. It wasn't an easy process for me, but it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I won't lie and say that I'm never embarrassed by things associated with my mental health. I've had panic attacks at work. It's not fun. I don't enjoy a panic attack in any situation, but I would say at work is definitely the worst. And it was embarrassing for me. So I'm not going to say that I haven't ever been there, but I want to help do what I can for all of us to smash that stigma. Mental illness is a thing. So many people have it. It is not an embarrassment. It is not something to be ashamed of, and we are not alone. I have faced so many obstacles with having mental illness and with being open about it. I have lost friends. I have missed opportunities at work. And I have also questioned myself and kept myself from chasing dreams because the stigma around mental health has made me feel like I shouldn't bother. But guess what? I decided to chase it anyway, and I wrote a book. I'm almost done with first round revisions on my book that I'm then going to send out to beta readers. And next month, I'm going to start writing another one. It took me so long to get to this point because I didn't think I could do it, because so many people out there basically told me that I couldn't, or made me feel like I couldn't. And that isn't okay. So, if you are struggling with your own mental health, I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey and that it is okay. You do not have to go through this journey on your own, and that it is okay to embrace that part of you. Stay safe. Reach out if you need help. Reach out to others if you think they need help. And please, try your best to enjoy the happy moments. And to quote someone who has inspired me on my own journey, thank you, Jared Padalecki, always keep fighting.